I'm going to be doing characters that are not Mario characters, but still first party. I feel like I've got a few interesting ideas for some of them. Other ones, I just kind of like the character. I had to split this up into a handful of parts because there were a lot more characters I wanted to talk about than I thought there were. But yeah, there's probably going to be 3 or 4 parts of this. This is the second part. Enjoy! Alright, the next character is Dixie Kong. Not much to say about Dixie Kong. Interesting character. Nintendo icon. Probably should have been put in Smash a while back. Maybe even during the Brawl days when they added Diddy Kong. But yeah, pretty simple. Just a Nintendo character that should probably be in Smash. Next is Donkey Kong Jr. Donkey Kong Jr. is actually interesting because I think it would be really cool. I have a really cool idea for Donkey Kong Jr. He could have a Donkey Kong classic kind of moveset, where basically he uses things from the classic Donkey Kong series. Donkey Kong more so focuses on Donkey Kong Country, which makes sense. That's the newer series. I don't even think they still make old school Donkey Kong style games. Like, I don't think they've had a new entry since, I don't know, Donkey Kong Jr. They've probably had some since then, but not many. And I think Donkey Kong Jr. could sort of like represent that era of Donkey Kong, because that's an era of Donkey Kong that's very crucial, obviously. It's how Donkey Kong started out, and it's not represented at all in Smash. At least not in the form of a character. It's also how Mario got started out, so that's another reason why it should be included, I think. I think Donkey Kong Jr. could do that. I've seen some people suggest Cranky Kong could do that, because Cranky Kong was the original Donkey Kong in that game. But I just think Donkey Kong Jr. makes more sense, because Cranky Kong really wasn't a character until the Country games. Like, it's retconned that it was Cranky Kong, obviously, but Cranky Kong wasn't a character back then. He was just called Donkey Kong. And he had a design that looked pretty similar to who we know now as Donkey Kong. So, just because Donkey Kong Jr. is actually from those games, I think it would be cool if he was added and they did that. Alright, next character is Skull Kid. Now, there's a lot of Legend of Zelda characters they could add. A lot of people think they should add more Legend of Zelda characters because the current representation in Smash is literally just the Triforce holders. We've got 3 Links, 2 Zeldas, and a Ganondorf. And maybe we need diversity outside of just the Triforce holders. So there's a lot of characters. Impa, Vati, I think, is one of them. All sorts of characters. There's even people suggesting some characters that would also be Triforce holders, like maybe Beast Ganon, or Pig Ganon. But I think Skull Kid would be awesome. Mostly just because Majora's Mask is my favorite Legend of Zelda game. I really like the character of Skull Kid. I just like the character, honestly. I'm not even totally sure how he would work in Smash. If it would be similar to the Majora boss battle in Majora's Mask, or if it would be something else. I don't totally know how it would work. I just really like the character, and I think he could be really cool in Smash, so. Next character, Bandana D. There are very few characters that I think deserve to be in Smash. But I would say once you've got a good enough reputation, and you're just a Nintendo icon, a character that has a very strong fan base, you just almost deserve a spot in Smash. And there's a few characters, I think that about Geno, Dixie Kong, already talked about them. Another character I believe that about is Bandana D. Bandana D is so iconic at this point. And so many people really want him in the game. His moveset would be pretty easy to make, as some of you know. Super Smash Bros. Gameplay is based on the Kirby series, which is part of the reason why it's so accessible to beginners. And Bandana D, in case you didn't know, is from the Kirby series. So, his moveset is basically already made. Like, just give him moves that spear users in Kirby have. Super Smash Flash did that, and it seemed to work pretty well, so yeah, I say do that. And also, his final smash is already made Megaton Punch. Just give him Megaton Punch. Like, he, like, swings the spear, catches a few characters, then they're on, like, a slab of concrete, and he just jumps up in the air and smashes into the ground and cracks the planet in half, and they go flying. I know in the original Megaton Punch minigame, Kirby is the one who cracks the planet, and not Bandana D, but Bandana D's in that minigame. He gets second place behind Kirby. Just make him crack the planet in half this time. It would be very fitting. I think it would be a great Final Smash, and it works really well with the whole cinematic Final Smashes thing that they're doing in Ultimate. I think the character would be great. Why have they not put this character in? Like Geno, how is this character not already in the game? Also, to the people who are saying like, oh, Bandana D, he's just a Waddle Dee with a hat. No, he isn't. Waddle Dees don't use spears. Also, is Toadsworth just a toad with a mustache? No, he's a specified character who is separate from all other toads. Toadsworth is a very specific character. Bandana D is a very specific character, not just a generic enemy. So enough with that. It's a dumb argument. Moving on. Alright, so this next character I think would be really cool in Smash Ultimate. I don't even really know why I think he'd be really cool. I just think he's a really cool idea. And that is Raichu. I think Raichu would be so cool. So my idea for Raichu is basically he would just be a much heavier Pikachu. He would be an Echo Fighter of Pikachu, and he would just be a heavyweight version of Pikachu. And also, I mean, I just think it's cool. It's a very simple idea. There's not much to it, just a heavy version of Pikachu. But I think it could work really well. Pikachu's a relatively light character. Pichu is the lightest character in the game. And you could have, like, a heavy version of that. I think it'd be cool. 2 clones of Pikachu, that might be a bit much. But Pikachu is, like, the most popular character in the world. So, like, not even really an exaggeration. Pokemon makes the most money out of any franchise ever. Star Wars is second place behind Pokemon, and Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon, so Pikachu really is just the most popular character of all time. And then you'd have the full Pikachu line in Smash. Pichu, Pikachu, Raichu. It'd be great. So yeah. I think that'd be a cool idea. Alright, I added 2 more Pokemon. Because, like I was saying before, uniqueness, I value uniqueness. Uniqueness is a cool aspect of Smash Fighters. And, in my opinion, Pokemon are very unique. So, well, a lot of people are complaining, they're like, oh, there's too many Pokemon in the game. I say, there's not enough Pokemon in the game. Pokemon are very unique, and because of that, we should have all the Pokemon we can get. There's obviously some Pokemon that aren't as unique, mainly fighting types. So, a lot of people want Urshifu. What would Urshifu even do? That's dumb. But, most Pokemon that aren't fighting types, and even some fighting types, Machamp would be pretty cool, for example. Machamp is not on this list. I'm not talking about Machamp. But, maybe I will in a future video. Who knows? This video will probably have to get split into 2 parts anyways, because it's so long. Maybe more than that. Who knows? But I think Pokemon are really cool. I think there's a lot of potential for Pokemon. I don't know why people are annoyed every time another Pokemon gets unveiled. Sure, maybe part of it is advertising, but I think they're really cool. So, I want more Pokemon. Alright, second Pokemon, Gengar. We don't have a Ghost-type Pokemon in Smash, and that is a shame. Greninja, kinda showed off some of the potential for a Ghost-type Pokemon, because he has the move Shadow Sneak. Mewtwo also kind of shows off some potential. He can teleport, he's got Shadow Ball, all of which things Gengar... I mean, it would make sense if Gengar could do those things. It would be cool if he did them in Smash. I think Gengar could be a really cool Smash character. Yeah. And also, like King Boo, he's just very terrifying. Maybe you could do something with fear as like a mechanic, I don't know. But Gengars are cool Pokemon. Gengar is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I think that he would be really cool in Smash, so yeah, that's why I put him here. Next one. Last Pokemon. Decudueye. I want to talk about Decudueye because, he's a bird, he's a Pokemon, he's an archer, all of which are really cool things. We don't really have a full, we don't have a good bird character in Smash. I think a bird could be so cool in Smash. We obviously have some, but, they're not really birds. We have DDD, he doesn't act anything like a bird. He's technically a penguin, but I don't think it counts. We have Kazooie, we have the Duck and Duck Hunt, both of which are also birds, but they're attached to other characters. I think if we just had a really good bird character in Smash, there's so many things you could do with it. You could have gliding, sort of like Steve has, or like some characters had in Brawl, but not broken, more like what Steve has. Yeah, you could just... I feel like you could do a lot with a bird, especially since Decudueye is also an archer. You could also do a lot with that. So that's two really cool features of Decudueye that you could do a lot with. And again, like Gengar, he's a ghost Pokemon. So there's even more you could do with him. There's so much you could do with Decudueye. He's so cool. Decudueye is awesome. There would be a bit of a problem, because Primarina fans would probably be pretty salty that both the other Alolan starters got in and Primarina didn't. But I mean, what do you expect? Primarina's a mermaid. How would you even make that work? Like, seriously, how? Alright, next character. The next character is Porky Minch, or Pokey Minch. I can't remember which one it is. It's one in some countries, in other countries it's the other. Pokey, Porky. I think in Japan it's Porky. In the US it's Pokey. I don't know. But either way, he'd be a really cool character. He's in a mech. That's cool. We need more Earthbound representation. We only have 2 characters. A third character, especially since he's the villain to both Ness and Lucas in their games. It makes perfect sense. He's also a very just unique character, and I mean that in terms of personality. He's really cool. I think he could make an awesome Smash character, especially since he's in a mech. Bowser Jr. showed us what a character in a mech can do in Smash, and it was really unique. And I think Porky, or Pokey, however you want to say it, could be similar. Obviously not the same as Bowser Jr., very different mechs, but maybe you should give him the spider mech he has in At the End of Earthbound. You can maybe give him his coffin mech that he has in Mother 3, but I think the spider mech makes more sense. You could maybe even have it similar to Bowser Jr. where he can lose the mech, and then he's almost completely defenseless without it. I think he'd be a cool character. Alright, next character. Now, I know people don't like having so many Fire Emblem characters. But to be fair, most of that is on the last 2 characters, Corrin and Byleth, which were just commercials for the games. They were just added because Nintendo wanted to advertise their Fire Emblem games. Roy is kind of also that way. Technically, Super Smash Bros. Melee was the first game Roy appeared in, kind of famously, because his Fire Emblem game didn't come out until after Smash. So Melee was the first video game Roy ever appeared in. But people like Roy, and I say we should add Black Knight. Black Knight, he could be a much heavier version of Ike. I've seen some people make movesets for the Black Knight. I think he'd be cool. Especially the dynamic he has with Ike. Ike is one of my favorite Smash characters. I've been playing as Ike for probably close to a decade at this point, ever since Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I guess more than a decade then. I've been playing Ike in Smash for a very long time, and I think it'd be cool if you changed the character up a little bit, gave him a new model, and you got Black Knight. I think that'd be cool. I think it's cool. I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. Sorry to everyone who doesn't want another Fire Emblem character, but I think it would be cool. Alright, next. More Pikmin representation. We only have Olimar, and well, most people would say that's good representation. I say we should have more, because Pikmin is an awesome franchise that deserves representation. So, Alf and Louie. Alf is already in the game, he's an alternate costume to Olimar, but because of that, we lost Olimar's best costumes. Olimar doesn't have a Louie alt anymore, and he doesn't have that awesome Bumblebee alternate costume that he had in Brawl. Because we have Alf instead. So I say, fix the problem. You can have Alf and the Bumblebee costume, give Olimar his old alternate costumes back, and make Alf an Echo Fighter. We haven't even used Rock Pikmin in Smash yet, so just give Alf Rock Pikmin instead of Purple Pikmin. They would function slightly differently, and he's an Echo Fighter, and then we can get the Bumblebee alt back. And the other ones, but mainly the Bumblebee alt. Why'd they take that one out of the game? Please, come on, Nintendo. You could have taken any of the Olimar's other alts out of the game, and you took out the Bumblebee one. Why'd you do that? It was the best one. Put the Bumblebee alt back in the game. Anyways, the other character from Pikmin that I want in Smash, Louie. Louie, a very interesting, unique fellow. Very interesting character. And again, I mean that in terms of personality. Louie is great, honestly. He's a ton of fun. He's hilarious in the not the first Pikmin game. He's not in the first Pikmin game. He's hilarious in the second Pikmin game, the one he appears in. He's also pretty good in the third Pikmin game. He causes a bunch of problems in both. You have to fight multiple bosses to rescue him from them in both of those games. You gotta fight the Titan Dweevil, which is maybe the hardest boss Pikmin has ever made. You gotta fight the giant Mudclops thing in Pikmin 3. You gotta fight the Hornet thing. You gotta fight all the bosses because of Louie. And then he steals your juice and Charlie's rubber duck. So, yeah. But anyways, what I was thinking for Louie is he has an opportunity to be a Pikmin character, a Pikmin rep in Smash that doesn't use Pikmin. I think that could be an interesting mechanic. It seems pretty clear from Pikmin 2 and a little bit Pikmin 3 that Louie doesn't care much for the Pikmin. He's really just doing it because he has to. Like, there's not much choice. It's either use the Pikmin or die. But in Smash, it wouldn't be that way. And I think there's a ton of things you could do with Louie. Just because he has all sorts of wacky hijinks. He could maybe throw bomb rocks. You could have him use the bitter spray on himself to turn himself into like a stone statue. It would kind of work similarly to Kirby's rock move, maybe. Yeah, I just think there's so many things you could do with a Pikmin character that doesn't use Pikmin. Because Olimar is the Pikmin character we have in Smash. And I guess Alf too. And they just use Pikmin for almost all their moves. But there's so much more to the Pikmin series than the Pikmin themselves. The Pikmin are awesome, but there's so much more to the series. Maybe he could have an up smash similar to Mega Man's, where he shoots fire spouts, but they're the fire spouts from Pikmin. There's so many things you could do with Pikmin outside of just the Pikmin. And I think it would be cool if you had a character based on that. And I think there's not very many characters. Really, every human character, or not human, but every humanoid character, the Hawktations, the Copites, they all use Pikmin. Like, outside of Olimar's family, they all use Pikmin. So unless you're gonna have one of the enemies as a character, there's not much option you have for a character who doesn't use Pikmin. And I think Louie would fit that perfectly. Louie for Smash. Next, King Hippo. Not much to say, I'm gonna make this fast. King Hippo is the bad guy in Punch-Out! Not counting Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson's a real person, he wouldn't be in Smash. King Hippo, he's a boss, he's a bad guy. Smash needs more bad characters, because they're severely lacking in that category. It would be another Punch-Out rep for Punch-Out fans. There's just, what's not to love, honestly. That's the whole segment for King Hippo. That's it. It just, I like the idea. Alright, now we're getting into characters for series that are not yet represented in Smash, because there's a few first-party and some third-party series that are not represented in Smash yet. Right now I'm still in first-party characters. We'll talk about third-party characters in a moment. But, first-party characters, there's some series that are awesome, but they're not represented in Smash. So, let's get started on that. So, first off, Isaac from... I was about to say Isaac from Earthbound. Isaac is not from Earthbound, he's from Golden Sun. Cool character. He's been, assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A lot of people really wanted him for Ultimate. There was that famous video that came out right near Ultimate's release, deconfirming a bunch of characters people wanted and were hoping for because their assist trophies hadn't appeared yet. Shadow, Ashley, Isaac, like, all the characters. They saved their assist trophy reveals right until the end to get people's hopes up, and then killed it. And so many people were disappointed with that video, because there were so many characters in it that would have been such cool characters, and they just decided to keep them as assist trophies. Isaac was one of them, and I think that's a bit unfair. I feel like Isaac, he's a unique IP that hasn't been in Smash yet. He can do a whole lot. Again, I'm going to link to the Brawl Fan 1 video of Isaac, partially because of Isaac, and partially because of the other character, Felix. Felix is another Golden Sun character, and Brawl Fan 1 actually makes, spoiler alert, a pretty compelling argument that Felix should be an Echo Fighter. I say spoiler alert because Brawl Fan 1, he doesn't tell you which characters he's gonna give Echo Fighters to until partway through the video. So, yeah, you shouldn't know that. But I already talked about Felix, so now you know. So yeah, but Felix could be an Echo Fighter of Isaac. They do really cool elemental stuff and whatnot. Brawl Fan 1, like I said, makes an excellent video, makes an excellent case. I wasn't even thinking about Felix until Brawl Fan 1 brought it up. So again, go in the description to check that video out. Next character, Balloon Fighter. The balloons guy from Balloon Fighter. Yeah. So this character, I just thought of a really cool mechanic for him, and that's the main reason why I want him in Smash. I think he's a cool character. He's a unique IP that hasn't been in Smash, and honestly, you can make it like a memorial to Satoru Iwata. I think I thought of a pretty decent Smash trailer with Balloon Fighter. You could have him like with a Satoru Iwata, and he's like hanging out, having fun, and then Satoru Iwata like disappears, right? Sort of just fades away. And then Balloon Fighter is like all sad, walking around just being all mopey, like, oh no, oh, my friend is gone. And then he gets invited to Smash and everything's good again. I don't know. I was thinking maybe you could do something like that, make it a memorial to Satoru Iwata. Satoru Iwata was great for Nintendo. He was, I mean, I'm assuming a pretty cool guy. Didn't know him personally, but assuming he was pretty cool, and honestly, I would say one of his crowning achievements was Balloon Fighter. He was, from what I hear, very passionate about the series, and he really liked the series. And I was thinking maybe Balloon Fighter could be, like a memorial to him, if the character got in Smash. So, now that I've properly tugged on your heartstrings, now I can talk about my idea for a gimmick. He would have a different amount of jumps based on how many balloons he had. You could pump up balloons, sort of like the enemies in Balloon Fighter. And you could have anywhere from 0 to like maybe 10, I don't know what the upper limit would be. And based on that, that's how floaty you would be and how many extra jumps you could have. So you could be like Kirby or Jigglypuff where you have a whole bunch. Or you couldn't have, there's a chance you won't have any mid-air jump at all. You jump from the ground and that's it. If you have 0 balloons. That's not going to happen very likely probably, but I think it's a cool idea. Alright, next idea. This is a very common idea, but I think I put a very unique spin on it. So, this next idea is the Chorus Kids. I know, it's a very, very common idea. Everyone says the Chorus Kids should be in Smash. It was in the, what was that leak? I forget what it was called, but the leak that was in Smash 4, where told about a bunch of characters, and now people are, like, freaking out because, all those characters are in the game now, except for the Chorus Kids. The Chorus Kids are not in the game yet. And those were the only characters that were in that leak that are currently not in Smash. And I thought of a really unique way to implement them that I think is unique. So, in a game called Icons Combat Arena, I'm not sure if they're from this game or if they are taken from something else, there are a dual character called Afi and Galu. I probably said that very wrong. And basically how it works is, it's like little stone robot guys, and one of them is water-based and one of them is fire-based, and basically how the character works is they can stay in stasis until they activate from the other one activating them, and then that one goes into stasis. So basically the idea is one of them is at all times just completely invulnerable and can't be interacted with in any way, and is just a statue, basically, in the background. And the other one you play as, and you basically, it's a platform fighter, just like Smash, and you run around and fight with them. And then at any time you can press a button and you switch to the other one. So you can, like, basically teleport across the stage. The problem, though, is if one of them dies, the other dies too. That counts as death. So you can't just switch to the other in midair and just have that one fall off a cliff, because then they're both dead. You gotta be smart about it. And you can maybe even set up some combos where you, like, use one to hit someone, and then they go towards the other guy, and then you might not be able to run there fast enough as the first guy, but you can switch into the second guy, and then hit them again, right? So it's a lot of cool, ideas, it's a cool mechanic, opens up for a lot of cool, interesting things you can do with them, and I was thinking you could do a similar thing with the Chorus Kids, except obviously there's 3 of them. I haven't played Rhythm Heaven, but from what I have seen in gameplay, it seems like only one of the Chorus Kids is doing something at any given time. There's like a spotlight, and it shines on one, and that guy sings, and then it shines on the second guy, and that guy sings, and then it shines on the third guy, and that guy sings. So that's where the mechanic, that is what inspired me to have this mechanic that Afi and Galu have, and put it on the Chorus Kids. And I just think that's a really cool idea. I even thought of a really cool Final Smash that would work with it, where basically the Final Smash would be Chorus, and how it would work is you activate it, and then all 3 of them shout, like they do in the Chorus Kids minigame in Rhythm Heaven, and there's a small, like, shockwave that radiates out from each of them, which catches people into the Final Smash, and then they obviously are on, a stage, and they just, like, shout really loud and send everyone caught in the Final Smash flying. It would be amazing. But I was thinking that was a unique way to activate a Final Smash, where it's like 3 separate areas that you need to watch out for. There are danger zones. None of them are as big as a normal Final Smash activation box. They're all pretty small, but there's 3 of them, and the person who's playing as a character can place those anywhere. And as you playing as the Chorus Kids, it would also be an interesting dynamic. You need to, when you have the Final Smash, you need to make sure you have all of them positioned correctly so that you can get maximum bang for your buck. If you have them positioned poorly and they're just like stacked on top of each other, you're probably not going to catch anyone. But if you have them all spread out across the stage, there's probably a lot of people you can catch. So, I thought that was a really cool mechanic. Yeah. Just really cool mechanic that these characters in this other game have that you could maybe put in Smash if you put the Chorus Kids in Smash. Also, just a lot of people really want the Chorus Kids in Smash, so. Alright, next character is Goku. No, not that Goku. As I said, I'm not talking about third-party characters, and Goku's a fourth-party character. You can't have fourth-party characters in Smash. Smash is for characters that are from video games, and video games alone. Or at least originally from video games. That has been made very clear by Sakurai, and other people. Most people who like Smash do not want a fourth-party character. But, this Goku is from a Nintendo game called, I believe, Journey to the West. It's based on the same legend of Son Goku. And there's 2 reasons I want him in the game. One, he has like a staff, or like a, I don't know what it's called, but the magic staff thing he has. He has that, and that's a unique weapon that we haven't seen in a character yet. At least as far as I can think of. But also, it would just be really, really funny to troll the people who actually want that Goku in Smash. I just think it would be so funny. Sakurai could come out and be like, hey, you wanted Goku, I got you Goku. You're welcome. I just think it would be the funniest troll ever in Smash history. It would be so great. I would die laughing if Goku from Journey to the West got into Smash. And better yet, he's a first-party character. He's not even third-party. There's no reason Nintendo can't put this character in. It's not even like Geno, where they're like, oh, Square Enix, we can't put the character in. There's no reason to not put this character in. It would be great. It would be top-tier comedy. And I would love it if they did that. That's it. It would just be the best troll ever. Alright guys, this was a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. Probably gonna be 3 videos, if I'm honest. Maybe more, I don't know. I just like explaining about these characters much more than I thought I did. So yeah, this is the end of this video. It's probably the end of the second video in this series, out of 3. But I don't know, I haven't edited them yet. I just recorded all of the first-party characters, so we're done with the first-party characters now. Ending with Goku, of course. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you're excited for the next part, which is probably going to be part 3, again, I don't know, with the third-party characters. I've got a lot of really cool ideas for third-party characters, so stay tuned for that. It's awesome. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good things, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. I forgot to talk about Chibi Robo. He was on the list, and I just forgot. He's got a tail that's a cord, and he could zip line. Chibi Robo zipline. That's a game, right? I don't know. Chibi Robo was on the list. He'd be kinda cool. A lot of people want him. First party character. Why not? Am I right? I'm right. Alright, good night. good day and good night, depending on where you live and what time it is there, or when you're watching this video. Good morning, good day, good night, good evening, good afternoon. This is going on for way too long for just being after the end segment. Goodbye.